Welcome to Stocking the Pantry with Hal, a series of articles, videos, and other ramblings to provide information and resources to help everyone to be better prepared, and hopefully have some fun along the way. Welcome to another virtual canning party. I'm Hal Meng, and we're in the kitchen at the Point Defiance Ruston Senior Center. And it's January 2021. And in the months of January through March, we're going to be exploring root vegetables, different ways you can use them in unusual ways, because traditionally folks got through the dark months of winter on these root vegetables. So this month and in this canning party, we're going to be making onion maple preserves. Or you could call them a jam, you could call them a relish. They can be used as a glaze on meats. They can be used on appetizers. This is what the product looks like. And you can just put a healthy dollop of it on top of a piece of, say sourdough bread or a cracker that has some cream cheese with it. Now this recipe is very simple, but it takes quite a bit of time because you need to cook down the onions and you need to cook down the cider that you put with it. It takes about an hour preparation. Of that, you're probably working for 10 minutes. So rather than force you to sit and watch me try to fill time for an hour, we've done some of this ahead of time. So what you do is get yourself some good onions. I like to use some of the sweet ones. And you cut them into very thin slices, and then you cut those slices into 1-inch pieces. You put them in a dry pot, which is different than you might be used to. No oils, no liquids to begin with. And then you put the salt that the recipe calls for on them, and you sweat them. You turn the heat up about medium, put the lid on, and you need to check them often so that they don't stick or burn. And you want to caramelize them. So they ultimately end up turning this nice rich color, and it also brings some of the natural sweetness out. After you've got them all caramelized, you go ahead and you add vinegar and apple cider, or you can use apple juice. And then you cook them until the liquid and everything is reduced down to about 4 cups. So we're going to go ahead and get those into the pot. So once you have gotten it cooked down and reduced, you turn the heat off and you add the calcium water that's in the recipe, the Pomona's pectin. And we've used that a lot in these videos. You may have seen it. Instructions are very simple. I'm going to be doing a video in the future that'll be very short, but is just talking about Pomona's pectin. So then you get it in, and you start cooking it, keeping an eye on it because there's a lot of potential of it maybe caramelizing or sticking to the pot. And so we'll just give it a few minutes here to come up to a rolling boil. So once it's come up to a good rolling boil, you're going to take the maple syrup, and you've already pre-mixed in the pectin powder, because if you just throw the pectin straight into any thing that has water in it, like this, it'll be just like cornstarch and clot up. So you want to get it in, and it helps to turn the heat off while you're doing this part. But you get that in, mix it in really well, and then bring it back up to a boil. because you want to make sure the pectin is well dissolved. One of the things that I didn't mention before that I have found this to be really good for is if you make like a butternut squash soup out of some butternut that you've either canned or frozen, it adds just enough of an unusual flavor that if you put a tablespoon or so into the batch, it really peps it up and it gives it a very unusual taste. And I mean unusual in the good sense of the word. So sometimes you might find that it doesn't set up as quickly or as firmly as you'd like. One of the variations is to add a little bit more of the calcium water. There you go. You can see it's starting to set up for us. Good. And so we're not going to be water bath canning this on camera. There is a link that can take you to the National Center for Home Food Preservation Arts, which has a very complete tutorial on water bath canning. So this, we are going to make a refrigerator jam out of it, and it works really, as I mentioned, really well as a glaze. So thank you very much for joining. Please come again, and we look forward to the ride of these virtual canning parties throughout 2021. Thank you for spending some time with us as we explore preserving food at home. If you'd like more information about the Center for Food Preservation Arts, visit our website at preservefoods.blogspot.com. You can also find more videos on our YouTube channel, and please like us on Facebook. There are links at the end of this video, but also in the comments section. So please join us in our next virtual canning party as we continue stocking the pantry.